This video not only shows who is throwing Stone Cold Steve Austin his beers, but it also
First of all, I've got to give it up to this guy right here, man. I've got to give it up to this dude right here. This dude is the Tom Brady of WWE.
After his match, Orton noticed Kessler in the crowd and gave her his number. The two went out for dinner and later got married.
My man pulled the trigger, bro.
Holds up, three-pointer. Bang! Bang! It's good! Wins the game at the buzzer!
That man shot his shot and scored, bro.
A fan took a picture with Alexa Bliss while wearing a shirt that
I
said,
shaved my balls for this. There's always something new you can learn about WWE or any wrestling promotion, even if it happened 20 years ago, whatever it may be. So in this video, we're going to check out 25 minutes of WWE facts you didn't know. But before we get into that, man, welcome back to the channel. Welcome to the Trysun Tribe. My name is Mike. And if you like old and new wrestling content, want to see live streams, reaction videos, any of that good stuff, man,
this video not only shows who is throwing Stone Cold Steve Austin his beers, but it also
first of all, I've got to give it up to this guy right here, man. I've got to give it up to this dude right here. This man, if it's the same dude who has been consistently giving Stone Cold his beer for however many years, bro, this dude is the Tom Brady of WWE. That man got some immaculate aim.
Reveals that there was a person handing the beers to the guy throwing them. WWE things you weren't supposed to see. On NXT,
tight as worldwide.
WWE only shows one side of the arena, but a video from a fan reveals what the other side looks like.
Okay, I think we knew this though. I think by now in 2025, everybody knew hard cam side or the opposite side of hard cam side is either employees, is roped off, there's time clocks over there. It's a whole bunch of stuff on the other side to, you know, be able to, for the production, right? Because it is a production. So I think we kind of knew that already.
What's actually underneath a WWE ring? Videos from wrestlers and WWE employees revealed that a monitor is kept under the ring.
I think we knew this too.
Show. There's also a number.
I think we knew this too. And it's funny because I believe Hornswoggle, I think, fell asleep under the ring one time. I think that's what it was. But yeah, there's a monitor up there. I think it's some other stuff too, especially if it would help the talent if they have to get a certain cue to go from under the ring to come out for a surprise or an attack or whatever. So yeah, I think we knew that.
Weapons and other tools stored under the ring too. Additionally, there's a WWE employee under the ring at all times to give wrestlers cues and to make sure weapons are in the correct spot.
What?
What?
Now that I didn't know. I knew talent was under there. I didn't realize an employee was under there though. That's interesting.
Have you ever noticed that CM Punk will repeatedly lick his lips during a match or while talking? Rey Mysterio, on the other hand, has a habit of adjusting his mask while wrestling, even when it doesn't appear to be slipping. During his matches, Shane McMahon frequently pulled down his shirt, possibly due to body insecurity or nervous energy. Ronda Rousey.
Okay, all right, that's a little bit of a stretch, my guy, but let's move on.
Too would almost constantly be adjusting her
that's just called a habit. That's just a habit, bro, but okay.
Here while wrestling. Other wrestlers such as Edge, Billy Gunn, X-Pac, and Bobby Heenan had a tendency to mouth whatever another wrestler was saying. This was especially noticeable when Paul Orndorff was firing Bobby Heenan. During the Money in the Bank ladder match, Matt Hardy climbed to the top of the ladder and hit a leg drop. What you didn't see though was the referee secretly holding the ladder in place so Matt wouldn't fall. In another match, Becky Lynch was meant to powerbomb Charlotte Flair through a table on the floor. To help her keep her balance, the referee grabbed the back of Lynch's attire. In 2020, Drew McIntyre fought.
Yeah, I think we've seen that before, and I mean, I'm not mad at refs for. I mean, we already know that the ref is like the MVP of every match. There's so much that they're responsible for during the match. I'm not mad at, you know, them holding a ladder, them holding somebody in place, or them trying to like make sure that it's, because at the end of the day, they got to be safe. I'm not mad at that at all. But I think we've seen that and just ignored it. We don't really Like when we were kids, we might have been like, well, why are they helping them? Why are they putting the ladder on? But we've seen them do that before.
Dolph Ziggler in an Extreme Rules match. At one point, Drew started throwing chairs into the ring. McIntyre accidentally overshot one of his throws, and the chair almost hit Ziggler. The referee saw this and blocked the chair with his hand, keeping Dolph safe.
I mean,
at WrestleMania 22, Shawn Michaels put Vince McMahon inside a trash can and then hit him with an elbow drop. Right before the move, the referee squeezed McMahon so he could
let him know
for impact.
Yeah, that's why I'm telling you, man, the refs are the MVP. It's small stuff like that. It's like, man, brace yourself.
Cena's entrance in the 2014 Money in the Bank ladder match, a referee moved a ladder out of the way so that Cena wouldn't hit it when he ran into the ring. WWE Championships that you never got to see. In 2013, WWE wanted to redesign the WWE Championship. Several concepts were developed, including one that served as a successor to the classic Twin Eagle WWE Championship, a belt that resembled a giant WWE Hall of Fame ring, and another inspired by McDonald's. In 2006,
what? Why McDonald's? If you made it this far into the video, I just want to say thank you! If you're interested in more wrestling content that you can't see on YouTube, like watch-alongs with video, check out the Patreon in the description. Like, subscribe, and comment if you're feeling oozy. And also, quick thanks to our patrons. And now, back to the video.
2016, WWE introduced 205 Live, a show that featured only cruiserweight wrestlers. In addition to the Cruiserweight Championship, WWE was going to have a Cruiserweight Tag Team Championship. Physical belts were created, but WWE ultimately abandoned the idea, and no pictures of the WWE Cruiserweight Tag Team Championship have ever surfaced.
Really?
In 1991, Ric Flair left WCW and joined WWE. Flair was still the WCW World Heavyweight Champion at the time, so he took the belt with him to WWE. Due to legal reasons, WWE couldn't keep the WCW World title on their show. Instead, WWE created a very similar but legally distinct big gold belt. The belt was created in Las Vegas, earning the championship the nickname the Vegas Big Gold Belt. However, a lawsuit from WCW shut this idea down, and the Vegas Big Gold Belt never saw the light of day.
I'm not even mad at that because Big Goldie is iconic. Yeah, and that is a dead on copy. Dead ass.
Wrestlers who rejected offers from WWE. After winning an Olympic gold medal in 1996, Kurt Angle was offered a WWE contract worth $5 million. Angle would have signed under the condition that he never lose a match. WWE wasn't willing to do this.
Bro, Kurt Angle. You know what? I'm not even mad at Kurt. I'm not even mad at Kurt. That man won a real gold medal, really wrestling in the Olympics for the United States. This man said, I'm a real professional wrestler, or amateur wrestling. I guess that's what it is. But anyway, I'm a real wrestler. I'm not losing to these dudes, bro. I'm not losing to these. I'm not even mad at Kurt, bro.
And the two sides parted ways. Kurt Angle did eventually sign with WWE 2 years later, but for less money. In 2002, WWE offered AJ Styles a contract for $26,000 a year.
Hell no.
Styles would have made less money than he currently was, and he would have also had to uproot his family, so he turned it down.
Boy, $26,000. Now, we would have to adjust for inflation and all that stuff, but $26,000 a year for phenomenal AJ Styles. Granted, he's not the AJ we know today. I understand all of that, but still, $26,000. Knowing what he would have sold himself short, knowing what we know about him now, bro.
3 years after he was released from WWE, Maven was offered a new contract. However, because he had just gotten a stable job working for the Home Shopping Network, Maven declined the offer, although he would later regret it. What happened to Rey Mysterio's daughter? In 2020, Mysterio made her WWE debut and was part of a storyline where she began a relationship with Buddy Murphy. However, she...
Ain't this funny, bro? Ain't this so funny? It's so funny how the world works. Buddy Murphy had a storyline with Aaliyah. Buddy Murphy is married to Rhea Ripley. And Rhea Ripley had a storyline with Dominic Mysterio. Life is funny, ain't it?
Abruptly left WWE, and fans were left wondering why. Rey Mysterio shared that his daughter stopped appearing in WWE to focus on school. Aaliyah began attending the University of California, San Diego to pursue a career in medicine. She graduated in July 2025 at the age of 23 with a degree in human biology. It's unknown if Aaliyah will become a wrestler, but Rey Mysterio said he would train her if she wanted to.
Big
This
W's.
WWE mystery has never been solved. During the 2008 WWE Draft, WWE displayed a graphic featuring pictures of every wrestler on the roster. However, there was one wrestler nobody could identify. In the bottom row, there was a wrestler with short hair and glasses. Fans have thrown out a few possibilities of who this mystery man could be, including James Curtis, Braden Walker, Ryan Braddock, and Bill DeMott. Others don't think it's a wrestler at all, but rather a commentator named Brad Armstrong. Who do you think this is? WWE
funny.
paid this musician only $1 for his song. In 2025, Mexican luchadors Penta and Rey Fenix joined WWE and needed entrance music. WWE had musician Adam Jones compose the theme songs, but only paid him $1. It wasn't because WWE was cheap, but rather because Adam Jones refused to be paid any higher. Jones was a lifelong wrestling fan, and creating a WWE theme song was a dream come true for him. The satisfaction he gained was worth more than any amount of money. These are the most creative ways letters have been used in WWE.
Hold on. You mean to tell me this dude was the one who added the extra music on top of the WWE theme, and he only allowed them to pay him $1? If he's not filthy rich, listen, we all love wrestling, bro. I don't love wrestling that damn much. I'm sorry. I don't love wrestling that damn much. Pay me what you owe.
WWE. During the Money in the Bank ladder match at WrestleMania 26, one of the ladders broke in half. Kofi Kingston seized the opportunity and used the broken ladder as stilts, although it ultimately didn't work. In another ladder match, Jeff Hardy placed the ladder upside down and then threw Edge's ribs into the spreaders.
That is
In the 2014 Money in the Bank ladder match,
spot.
a ladder was placed inside another ladder. This led to a unique spectacle and some interesting moments. At WrestleMania 24, John Morrison grabbed a ladder and performed a moonsault off the top turnbuckle
That was tough, yeah.
into the outside.
That was
in
tough.
2006, Jeff...
Ooh, I think we all know this spot right here. And he was leaking after this. God.
Matt Hardy did something with a ladder that has never been done before or since, and you immediately know why.
God.
These WWE wrestlers got to keep the real championship belts. In 2011, CM Punk left WWE after becoming the WWE champion. Even though Punk did eventually return, WWE still had to create a new championship belt, so Punk got to keep his. However, years later, Punk's friend, a wrestler named Domino, was helping organize CM Punk's storage unit. Domino found the WWE championship, and CM Punk decided to give it to him as a Christmas gift.
Oh no, that's
in 2005,
crazy.
John Cena defeated
That's
JBL
crazy.
to win his first WWE
Jeff would absolutely lose it if he had the actual belt from Money in the Bank 2011. Shout out my boy Jeff.
Championship. Shortly after that, Cena redesigned the title and introduced the infamous Spinner WWE Championship belt. Since the original WWE Championship was no longer needed, WWE let the previous champion, JBL, keep it, and he still has it to this day. During the final WCW broadcast, Rey Mysterio and Billy Kidman won the WCW Cruiserweight Tag Team Championship. Mysterio revealed he got to keep his belt, and he still has it. Dean Malenko also got to keep the WCW Cruiserweight Championship. However, he ended up giving it away. In 2022, Shinjiro Otani, a Japanese wrestling legend, was paralyzed from the neck down due to an in-ring accident. Dean Malenko had fought Otani for the WCW Cruiserweight Championship, so when he found out his former rival had suffered a life-altering injury, Malenko decided to give Otani the real WCW Cruiserweight Championship.
Hey, that's cool as hell.
Why does John Cena have a bald spot? In 2024, fans noticed that Cena was losing hair in the middle of his head. This is caused by androgenetic alopecia, which causes hair follicles to shrink and eventually stop producing hair. Cena's bald spot became such a big topic online that in 2025, the 17-time world champion underwent a hair transplant to fix it. Cena said the transplant changed the course of his life and gave him more range as an actor and a wrestler. This wrestler did something so bad that The Undertaker never wrestled him again. In 2010, The Undertaker was having a match against Jack Swagger, and it was only the second time they had ever wrestled each other. During the match, Undertaker was supposed to hit Swagger with his signature flying clothesline. However, Jack Swagger misunderstood and thought he was supposed to clothesline Undertaker.
Ooh.
This led to an awkward moment in the match.
Oh man, Taker Taker called him a boy in his head. And that look right there, hold on.
Misunderstood.
That look that Taker just gave him?
Undertaker. This led to
That look right there. He called him boy in his head. I guarantee it. I guarantee it.
The
Oh
awkward
man.
moment in the match, and afterward, Undertaker said he didn't want to work with Swagger anymore, and the two never wrestled each other again. WWE theme songs that were played in weird places. Booker T's theme song was used in a perfume commercial. Jeff and Matt Hardy's theme song was used in the Masked Singer TV show. The video game Just Dance 2018 included Yoshitatsu's theme song, but didn't give him credit.
Oh.
A professional lacrosse team played Cody Rhodes' theme song during one of their games.
Some of these, I'm not gonna lie to you, is a little bit of a reach, because I've been to professional games, or I've been to like certain either high school games, or I've been to hockey games. And I think I went to a hockey game last year or the year before, and they played, I think, Roman Reigns or something like that. Like it happens.
Brian Kendrick called his finishing move Sliced Bread 2 because it's the best thing since sliced bread. Cool but worthless WWE facts. The iconic fist that hung above the SmackDown set was molded from a picture of Big Show's fist.
What?
Sunny made her WWE debut in 1995. However, she didn't wrestle her first WWE match until 2009, when she participated in the Miss WrestleMania Battle Royal. The Miz has competed in 16 Royal Rumble matches since his WWE debut. However, from 2007 to 2025, The Miz has eliminated a total of just 2 people.
Damn,
Those
Miz.
two being R-Truth and Alex Riley, both of which happened during the 2012 Royal Rumble. Speaking of the Royal Rumble, Scott Hall, aka Razor Ramon, has never
I'm gonna go ahead and say it. This is probably the coolest wrestler that ever lived, bro. Scott Hall was so cool, bro. It literally made no sense.
competed in the iconic match, but the fake Razor Ramon has. No wrestler born in the 1990s has won a WWE World title yet. The last person any girl hit with the frog splash was Melina.
Wait a second. Nobody born in the 90s? So nobody... Damn. So nobody my age has won the World Championship or the WWE Championship that was born in the 90s? That's interesting.
For WWE, Becky Lynch worked as a flight attendant, while Grayson Waller worked as a high school history teacher.
What? Now, these are facts that I did not know.
Natalya was cleaning bathrooms, busting tables, and serving food as a waitress before she got signed. Booker T also worked at a restaurant, specifically Wendy's, which he later robbed and spent 19 months in prison.
Now, why you had to bring that up, man? You could have just said the man worked at Wendy's, bro, serving Frosties. You had to bring up the man going to prison, bro. Could have left that out. Could have left that out. You didn't need to bring that up.
Roman Reigns, Jimmy, and Jey Uso all installed office furniture before they made it to WWE. Sheamus, on the other hand, was an IT technician for office furniture robbed and spent 19 months in prison. Roman Reigns, Jimmy, and Jey Uso all installed office furniture.
I thought he said almost stole office furniture. Okay. All right. I was about to say, where are we going with this?
Before they made it to WWE. Sheamus, on the other hand, was an IT technician for an insurance company, and AJ Styles worked as an ambulance driver. Liv Morgan worked at the restaurant chain Hooters as a waitress.
I'm not even surprised.
A former wrestler came in one day while Liv was working, and she went up and started talking to him. This wrestler connected Liv Morgan with Triple H's personal coach, which led to Liv receiving a WWE tryout and ultimately being signed. Why do WWE wrestlers wear tape on their arms? It's called elastic therapeutic tape, and it's actually made from elastic cotton. Wrestlers often place it on their shoulders or arms while working through an injury. The tape is designed to stabilize muscles and joints to support healing, and it may offer pain relief by slightly lifting the skin, which reduces pressure and improves blood flow. However, it's debated whether therapeutic tape actually helps. Some studies suggest the only benefit is a placebo effect, meaning people feel better simply because they believe the tape is helping. wrestlers who refused to work with other wrestlers. In 2017, WWE was set to have the Universal Champion, Brock Lesnar, face the WWE Champion, Jinder Mahal, at Survivor Series. However, Brock refused to wrestle Jinder, saying Mahal wasn't at his level. WWE gave in and had AJ Styles defeat Jinder for the WWE title and become Lesnar's new opponent. Lesnar also refused to wrestle against Bray Wyatt because he didn't want Wyatt's supernatural character to negatively affect his reputation. Ironically, when Brock Lesnar was a rookie, Stone Cold Steve Austin refused to wrestle him. The reason was that Austin felt disrespected that a match between him and Brock
it wasn't on a pay-per-view.
and had no
Absolutely.
build-up.
Absolutely. And Austin should absolutely, I completely understand why Austin felt that way. The way he did it, or what he did was, you know, feel how you feel about that. But the way that Austin felt, bro, this is Brock Lesnar and Stone Cold Steve Austin. How do you not have this built for a pay-per-view? That makes no sense.
The Rock and Shawn Michaels were supposed to wrestle each other in a dream match. However, Rock said no because Michaels disrespected him during Rock's early years in WWE, and the two never got along. In the late 90s, Chris Jericho called out Goldberg multiple times, and this was supposed to lead to a match between them. Goldberg rejected the match though because he felt Jericho wasn't a main event star. Hulk Hogan said no when WWE wanted him to
Are we really surprised that this man's name came up? Not gonna work for me, brother.
wrestle against Jake the Snake Roberts on TV. There are two different stories as to why. According to Hogan, he felt he and Roberts had no chemistry and would have had a bad match. Jake Roberts, however, says that Hogan did want to wrestle him because at some non-televised WWE shows where Hogan and Jake did wrestle, the crowd was cheering him and not Hogan. WWE video games have some amazing attention to detail. A lot of fans know that in real life, wrestlers often keep their eyes open while being pinned, so that they know when to kick out. If a wrestler isn't going to kick out, they'll have their eyes closed. The WWE video games incorporate this detail into them. If a wrestler's health is normal, yellow, or orange, their eyes will be open when their opponent goes for a pin.
Ooh.
However, if the health is red and when a kick out is unlikely, the wrestler's eyes will be closed shut.
That is very cool. I didn't pay that attention to the game. But that is very, very cool. Like, that is small, subtle details like that I can appreciate.
WWE wrestler did something that is physically impossible. At Backlash 1999, The Rock fought Stone Cold Steve Austin. One of the highlights of the match was when The Rock grabbed a camera and started filming, only for Austin to give him
the stunner.
A Stone Cold stunner.
Oh, classic.
However, while filming, The Rock gave the finger, but look at his three other fingers. They are all behind his middle finger. Try doing it yourself. You cannot. Who was the first wrestler to use entrance music, and what did it sound like? In the early...
Bro, wait, bro, Rock meant that shit. Look how far back his fingers are. He meant that. He meant that. I just tried it, and yes, that hurts. He meant that, bro. That's crazy.
Not. Who was the first wrestler to use entrance music, and what did it sound like? In the early days of wrestling, wrestlers just walked to the ring with no theme songs. However, in the early 1940s, a wrestler named Gorgeous George debuted. George dressed very flamboyantly, which was unusual for wrestlers at the time. To help enhance his character and presence, Gorgeous George did something that no wrestler had ever done, which was to have music playing as he walked to the ring.
I don't know, but I'm gonna take a chance and say I'm almost positive Ric Flair was inspired by this dude.
Why did Stone Cold Steve Austin wear a t-shirt at WrestleMania 15 instead of his iconic vest? Austin wanted to wear his vest, but circumstances prevented him from doing so. Before WrestleMania, Austin was going through a divorce from his wife. This took a toll on Austin's mental health, and because of that, the Texas Rattlesnake forgot to pack his vest. This forced him to wear a t-shirt for his legendary match against The Rock.
And on top of that, granted, first of all, totally understand Austin's mindset, man. When you're going through something personal, you gotta like try to block it out and still be professional. Stuff happens, you forget stuff, but if he picked the perfect shirt to wear, because that shirt is a banger. I got it in my drawer right now. That is one of the coldest t-shirts that Stone Cold has put out besides the Austin 316 shirt. This one is fire, and It's got the vest on it.
Unwritten backstage rules WWE wrestlers need to follow. You are never supposed to wear a championship belt that you haven't won. During a meet and greet event, some fans tried to get Randy Orton to hold a championship, but the Viper refused because he would have broken this unwritten rule. When wrestlers arrive at the arena, they need to shake everyone's hand.
Wait. So you saying that it's something that they don't currently have? It's got to be what they don't currently have, because Randy definitely won this championship.
Great event, some fans tried to get Randy Orton to hold a championship, but the Viper refused because he would have broken this unwritten rule. When wrestlers
it's got to be like they don't currently have that championship, because he's won that title already. He was the undisputed champion at one time. He had both of them. So yeah, it's got to be like a current. I don't have it right now.
Arrive at the arena, they need to shake everyone's hand. Not shaking someone's hand can be considered rude and disrespectful. Another unwritten rule is staying until the end of the show. Staying and watching the entire event demonstrates that a wrestler respects their peers and is committed to improving. On the other hand, leaving makes it seem like you don't care about getting better. Now, if your opponent gets legitimately injured during your match, it's an unwritten rule that you check in on them regularly during their recovery and ensure they are okay. Even if it's not your fault, it's still expected that a wrestler will see how their injured opponent is doing. Randy Orton's tattoos got WWE in big trouble. The artist who inked Orton's arm tattoos, Catherine Alexander, sued WWE and Take-Two Interactive.
Oh, y'all remember this because they put it in the game. Listen, you should have just taken this as an opportunity to have your artwork displayed. I would have took credit for it, and I would have used this as a way for me to get some attention, to get my sales up. You went the absolute wrong. Sometimes, man, exposure, if you learn how to use it, you could use it to your advantage, as opposed to you just trying to grasp and get paid from every little thing. In my opinion, if I was him, I would have been like, dude, it's awesome to have my artwork in a video game. I would have said, hey, I am the person who did Randy Orton's tattoos. I would have booked for the next 6 months probably off of that. But instead, you tried to get money from Take-Two and WWE because they didn't give you permission to use your artwork. It's on Randy's body, bro.
The company that creates the WWE video games. Alexander argued that she never gave WWE or Take-Two permission to use the tattoos she designed, so it is illegal for them to use the tattoos.
Bro, what do you think is gonna happen? Randy Orton is a WWE superstar. They drop a game every year. What did you think was gonna happen? I don't understand that. That made zero sense. Like, what?
In the WWE video games. The lawsuit spent years in court, and ultimately, WWE and Take-Two lost.
Are you serious? Does that say $3,750? You fumbled the bag over $3,700? Get out of here, bro. Get out of here.
Two artists was awarded $3,750 in damages. However, WWE and Take-Two challenged the ruling, arguing that Catherine Alexander failed to prove the value of the tattoos or any lost income. As a result, the judge overturned the damages award, leaving Alexander with $0.
You damn right. You damn right. That was stupid as hell. And then on top of that, you could have used this to your advantage and could have got so much more clientele, but now you look like a dumbass. That's insane. That's insane. That's stupid. Oh, that you want to talk about fumbling the bag?
This WWE wrestler is a time traveler. Before the 2002 Elimination Chamber match, Booker T said this to Triple H.
Somebody gonna get up tonight.
Later in the match, Triple H had his throat crushed when Rob Van Dam landed on top of him. The Game was the only person who had to stay in a hospital that night. Years later, in 2014, Booker T said this.
I can expect to see Rock trying to sneak in WrestleMania 40 if you get a chance.
In January 2020,
this man Book is a prophet. This man Booker T is a prophet. This man Booker T is an absolute prophet. And Rock inserting himself into WrestleMania 40 was one of the best things to happen in the modern era of wrestling. This man Book is a prophet. What?
2004, The Rock became a member of WWE's board of directors and used his authority to put himself into the main event of WrestleMania 40. In 2011, Booker T made a surprise return during the Royal Rumble match. However, someone in the crowd had brought a sign with a Booker T reference written on it, despite fans not knowing Booker was going to be there. This WWE fan got canceled for how he held Nikki Bella. People said it was inappropriate and they called the man a creep. However, Nikki Bella revealed the fan had asked her for permission before the photo was taken.
Duh.
Bella was okay with the fan's request and didn't find it inappropriate at all.
Y'all don't think Nikki Bella was... Listen, first and foremost, this is Nikki Bella we talking about. Do y'all really think that is just her and this dude and the cameraman, and they're clearly at SummerSlam with one of the big four? You think that there wasn't any type of consent given or nobody on standby ready to Brock Lesnar F5 this dude through the roof? You don't think somebody was on standby? You don't think that if he was trying to be handsy with her, that man was going to end up... There's no way people thought that, bro. There's no way people thought Nikki being that close and being in that position, smiling, that she felt... None of this makes sense. What is wrong with people? Y'all really couldn't tell. First of all, yes, it is. The dude might have a little bit of a creepy face, I guess, or whatever. But come on now.
However, Nikki Bella said she would stop doing this pose with her fans so that they wouldn't receive hate online.
And that's a damn shame. See, y'all done messed it up for somebody else who's a Nikki Bella fan. Shout out to the dude who got the picture, though. Shout out to you, bro.
Crazy reasons WWE wrestlers got fired. During WrestleMania week in 2005, Rhino was in a hotel lobby with his wife. The two were going through a separation and were arguing about the custody of their daughter.
Real
Rhino
life.
got angry and grabbed a flower pot and smashed it on the floor. Things got serious enough that hotel security had to step in, and Rhino was ultimately fired from WWE.
Damn.
In 2014, Emma accidentally stole an iPad case when she forgot to pay for it while using a self-checkout machine at Walmart. Emma was arrested, which caused WWE to fire her. However, after backlash from fans, WWE rehired Emma. Gangrel got fired in 2001 for not tucking in his shirt. While wrestling a match, Gangrel's shirt became untucked, exposing his stomach. Vince McMahon...
You... You mean to tell me this dude can literally be a vampire? He can spit blood. He can give blood baths. But he can't wrestle with his shirt untucked and show his stomach? There's no way.
was upset at Gangrel's physique, and the leader of the Brood was fired.
That I can't believe that, man. I'm sorry. I can't believe that. I know Vince was very interesting, but I can't believe that.
WWE wrestlers who were almost world champions. MVP was a rising star in the mid-2000s, and WWE was going to have him win the world championship. However, because he was a convicted felon, MVP would not be allowed to travel to certain countries, so WWE decided not to make him a world champion.
Damn. And I can't even be mad at that, because as a world champion, you need the face of your company to be able to go any and everywhere. I can't even be mad at that, but bro, I would love to have seen MVP be a world champion. Damn.
Chris Benoit was meant to beat CM Punk at Vengeance 2007 to become the ECW world champion. However, Benoit no-showed the event, and it was later found out that he had killed his wife and son, and later, himself.
I was wondering if that's where that was going, for him to no-show. Damn.
At the 2005 Great American Bash pay-per-view, Muhammad Hassan was originally supposed to wrestle and defeat the World Heavyweight Champion, Batista. However, the network that aired WWE would not allow Hassan to appear on TV because of his Middle Eastern terrorist character. WWE ultimately wrote Muhammad Hassan off TV and later fired him.
Yo, that was such a I feel bad for Muhammad Hassan from what I know. If it was some other stuff, then, you know, whatever. But the fact that they gave you this character and creative at that time period, and then the fact that because the nation was under, y'all know what happened back then, bro. The fact that they had casted him to be this character, And then obviously the terrorist attacks and everything that was happening back then. And then you fire the dude, bro. That is a tough situation. Because he could have easily been anything else, but because he was technically he was the representation of a terrorist in WWE. Y'all know the whole situation with how it was supposed to be. I think wasn't it like him and some other people had kidnapped, or not kidnapped, but they had was it kidnapped? They pretty much grabbed up Undertaker. I think it was Undertaker. And all of that happened around that time. But then for you to fire the dude, like, oh, that's tough.
Vince McMahon had a list of things he needed in his office every time WWE came to a new arena. Some of the items make sense, like internet, a phone, a table, and chairs. However, other items are a bit odd.
Hold on. Okay, internet, yup. Telephone, yup. Microwave, yup. Tanning medicines, okay. Soap and toiletries, absolutely. Bath towels, hand sanitizer, sanitizing wipes. Protein, power shot, protein. All of this sounds all right. I'm honestly not mad at any of this. Tables, chairs, trash, pencils, Sharpies, highlighters, whatever. DVD TV combo, anonymous monitor with a power cord, 2 speakers, whatever's behind the text that's on the screen. XLR cables. I'm not mad at any of this. What's the odd part?
Vince McMahon always needed a microwave oven, tanning cans, 1 box of protein bars, 4 cans of Power Shot, 3 bottles of protein powder, 1 short and 2 tall, 3 clean shaker mixers, and at least 3 bath towels. Additionally, McMahon required an extra table, but only at pay-per-view events. Why?
I don't understand what was so wrong with all of that.
Was he gonna put someone through it if they had a bad match?
Okay, that's, to me, again, this is reaching, because think about Vince. Vince is very, very hands-on. Well, was very hands-on with the WWE. So the protein, we know how the dude was jacked, bro. Vince was a specimen at one point. The man was in the gym, whether he was natty or not, don't care. The man was in the gym. I would have had some protein bars. I would have had like some stuff like that. He might have had some long writing sessions. He might have, who knew? None of that seemed weird to me. It'd be different if they said 17 bottles of baby oil or some shit, but they didn't say any of that. All of that made sense to me. Like, he wants to be clean. He wants to, I don't know. If he had other activities, so be it. But just looking at the list, none of that looked too crazy to me. Like, what was the list again? None of this looked crazy to me. Like, for one, it sounds like very upper echelon type. Like, look, I am Vince McMahon. These are very specific things that I want. But I mean, the internet, the phone, tanning cans. I mean, I don't tan. I don't have to, but I can understand it. Hand sanitizer, the dude was being clean. Protein bars, Power Shot. Probably wanted to keep some energy. Tables, chairs, pencils, Sharpies, two tables. Who knew what the other table was for? Maybe it was other people coming in there. And it's a pay-per-view. I could understand an extra table at a so even it says, when they scratched it out, when space permits at a pay-per-view. I would imagine if whatever y'all were talking, whatever people were thinking with Vince doing his crazy stuff, he wouldn't ask for a table if it was something crazy. It would have been like a massage table or something along those lines. I mean, the man is a million billionaire. He could have gotten whatever he wanted, but if he wanted 2 tables, maybe it was for other, who knows, bro? Who knows? But none of this is, yeah, that's a little bit of a reach. None of this looked like it was too crazy. I don't see anything wrong with that.
Female WWE wrestler once beat a male WWE wrestler in a real fight. In 2008, WWE was doing a tour of Europe. Eve Torres had recently joined WWE and was working as a backstage interviewer. She had gone out to a bar with Matt Hardy, and after a few drinks, the two started to play wrestle with each other. However, this resulted in Eve getting a black eye, which caused her to snap.
Oh, shoot.
Torres stopped playing around and put Matt Hardy in a rear naked choke. Within seconds, the WWE wrestler was unconscious.
No, don't tell me Matt Hardy don't tell me he got put to sleep. Don't tell me she deleted my man. Don't tell me that, bro. Don't tell me that, bro. What?
Afterward, Hardy got made fun of backstage because he lost a fight with a backstage interviewer. However, Matt Hardy and Eve Torres stayed on good terms, and there were no hard feelings. Why do female WWE wrestlers dress differently in Saudi Arabia? It's because it's actually illegal for them to wear their regular attire. Saudi Arabia's legal system is based on Sharia law, which comes from Islam and is a code for Muslims to live by. Part of Sharia is dressing modestly, and this has influenced dress laws in Saudi Arabia, especially for women. When in public or around men, women are expected to cover almost their entire body and wear loose-fitting clothes that don't show off their figure. These rules also apply to WWE when they do shows in Saudi Arabia. For female WWE stars to wrestle in the country, they must wear gear that covers their entire body. This is the same reason why WWE cut out the clips of the female dancers from DX's entrance graphics during the reunion match in 2018. Male WWE wrestlers bullied this female wrestler, but she found a very painful way to fight back. In 2001, Nydia Gannard won a WWE contract by competing on the reality TV show
Tough Enough.
After the victory, she got sent to—
Bro, they gave her and Jamie Bro, God, bro. I'm just thinking of like the storylines from back in the day.
WWE's development system for further training. However, the other wrestlers didn't like her and bullied her. Part of the WWE training involved a kickout drill where wrestlers would lay on top of someone and the person underneath would have to push them off. The male wrestlers would make themselves as heavy as possible to crush Nydia, and it was next to impossible to get them off of her. However, she learned a trick. A wrestler named Rob Conway told Nydia to poke the male wrestlers in the private area with her thumb. Nydia did what he said, and the male wrestlers got off her with ease.
I bet.
WWE wrestlers
I bet.
who married fans. While at a meet and greet event in Italy, Bret Hart met a 23-year-old fan named Cinzia Rota. The two ended up going on a date, and Cinzia revealed that when she was 14, she had written in her diary that she was going to marry Bret Hart. That wish was fulfilled, as Hart and Rota got married in 2004. However, Rota didn't want to leave her home country, and the couple divorced in 2007. While at an autograph signing in 1999, The Undertaker met a fan named Sarah Frank. The two got married about a year later, and Sarah would even start appearing alongside The Undertaker on TV. However, they got divorced in 2007 after having 2 daughters together. A woman named Kim Kessler developed a love for Randy Orton after her kids introduced her to wrestling. Kessler and her children later attended a WWE event that, of course, featured Randy Orton. After his match, Orton noticed Kessler in the crowd and gave her his number. The two went out for dinner and later got married.
My man pulled the trigger,
Pulls
bro.
up, three-pointer. Bang! Bang! It's good. Wins the game at the buzzer.
That man shot his shot and scored, bro.
These two WWE wrestlers share a very strange and creepy coincidence. Both have a brother who is currently in prison for killing someone. Wrestler A's brother actually killed his wife after the two got into an alcohol-fueled argument. Wrestler B's brother, on the other hand, was meeting up with a drug dealer with plans to rob him. The robbery turned into a murder when Wrestler B's brother shot the drug dealer 3 times and killed him. This coincidence is even creepier when you realize that both brothers were arrested in 2016 and are currently in prison. Which two wrestlers share this unfortunate coincidence? Kurt Angle and Dolph Ziggler.
Damn.
When CM Punk was 8 years old, he appeared on an episode of Bozo the Clown. Because he's the best in the world, Punk won the final game and got the prize. He also made a kind of disturbing joke.
When the music stops, it's eliminated. You got it? So you don't want to be wearing this when the music stops. Huh?
Whoa.
That's good.
When he was 5 years old, MJF appeared on the Rosie O'Donnell
That's
show.
dark as
and
hell.
sang,
Oh, my sunshine, my only sunshine, you make me happy.
Didn't CM Punk talk about this in AEW? Look at MJF, bro.
When skies are gray.
When asked what he was going to be when he grew up, MJF gave the exact right answer.
A professional
What are
wrestler.
you gonna be besides an opera singer?
Well, I'm gonna be a opera singer and a wrestler.
A wrestler. Who's your favorite wrestler?
Goldberg and The Rock.
On a 2016 episode
Wow.
of Total Divas, Natalya was greeting fans who were waiting in line for a WWE show. A young Roxanne Perez was there and asked Natalya for advice on becoming a wrestler.
Do you have like any tips or anything?
Look at young Roxanne.
Just working at little things every single day. Just keep it simple. Keep it simple and just
That's
keep building.
crazy.
This WWE prank went so hard that it actually made a wrestler paranoid. In the mid-2000s, Chris Jericho left WWE to tour with his band, Fozzy.
Fozzy.
Christian realized that even though Jericho wasn't on the WWE roster anymore, he could still prank him. Christian used a special phone service where you type words and an operator reads them out loud to the person you're calling. Christian pretended to be a deaf fan named Gertrude who loved Jericho and his music. Jericho began receiving numerous calls from this bizarre fan, and since it was the operator reading off what Christian had typed, Jericho completely bought it. This went on for months, and at one point, Gertrude said she wanted to have a relationship with Jericho and was going to meet him at his hotel. Chris Jericho started freaking out until Christian explained that Gertrude wasn't a real person and it was all a prank.
I would be absolutely pissed I would be so pissed at Christian. Not only is this just creepy as hell because an operator is reading this off and you know my whereabouts, but the fact that it went on for months, we got to square up, bro.
Why do WWE wrestlers only give birth to girls? Fans have noticed that when wrestlers have children, they are always daughters. So why is this? Well, some people say that because wrestlers have higher testosterone, they produce stronger X chromosome sperm, which makes girls. Another theory suggests that men with larger builds or those following high protein diets are more likely to have daughters. However, neither of those reasons are actually true. When you take a small group, such as a handful of wrestlers, a coincidence, like many of them having only daughters, appears to be a trend. The law of small numbers makes our brains think there's a deeper cause when it's just chance. Who is this female WWE referee? Her name is Victoria Jericho, and when she was signed at the age of 23,
I remember everybody was losing their mind over her. I remember that.
Became the youngest referee in WWE history. Jericho has Puerto Rican heritage, but grew up in North Providence, Rhode Island. After graduating from high school in 2018, Victoria worked as a lingerie model and also became a boxer, earning the nickname Vicious Vicky. She retired undefeated, having won all of her fights and 6 championships in total. Jericho signed with WWE in September 2024 and refereed her first match in November.
Undefeated?
This WWE fan took a picture of Randy Orton in the bathroom. Creepy WWE fans.
Oh,
this
come
fan
on
copied AJ Styles' tattoos, including the birth dates.
No, see, that's too much, bro. That's too much. You got to know if somebody have dates on their body, bro, it's probably a relative of their kids. You can't, that's too much. That's too much. First of all, this isn't like a picture of like a koi fish or a lion or a tiger. This is the man's initials and the birth dates of his kids. Y'all gotta leave these people alone, bro.
Of AJ's children. A fan took a picture with Alexa Bliss while wearing a shirt that said,
I shaved my balls for this? See, fans like this, bro, under the jail. No key. No sunlight, under the jail, bro. And then the fact that Alexa took the picture. What's wrong with y'all?
I shaved my balls for this. The only thing creepier is what this guy did when he met Paige. A female fan in Glasgow, Scotland harassed both Cody Rhodes and CM Punk. Another woman actually touched Triple H's butt while he was fighting in the crowd.
That's a court case. That's a court case. That's a court case. Nah, bro. Nah, listen. Just because you're a woman, you can't get away with. Don't grab my ass, bro. Don't do that. Keep your hands to yourself. Because if that had been the roles were reversed, hell nah, bro. What is wrong with fans, man?
Even creepier than that, though, was the girl who licked Randy Orton's chest.
Bro, yeah, nah. Get him out of here. Get him out of here.